Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dirty policy.
Oh,
This war wouldn't happen if the Nixon didn't want it to have anything to do with China.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the whole politics
That's
about.
true.
Yeah, yep.
that was the link.
That's the link. Yeah. A lot of people don't know. Now, if you go into the Congress library, you'll get all this documentary during that session. What actually happened, why the Liberation War started, is all the policy.
One time I was in an airport, and sitting right next to me was Henry Kissinger and his wife.
Whoa.
And all I could think of is, could I strangle him and get
Yeah,
away with it?
yeah.
Would it be worth it?
He caused a lot of pain in this world.
I was in Calcutta, and I was with my assistant cameraman, Englishman, big, tall, skinny guy. And I had my tripod set up because I'd seen all these vultures from our van, and they were eating something dead.
Yeah.
Dozens of vultures, and there were these big
In Calcutta.
in Calcutta, outside of Calcutta.
Okay.
And I set my camera up, and I had a long telephoto lens, and I was filming them. And my English friend said, all of a sudden, he said, "Lear, I think you better stop filming. There's a chap here, and he looks kind of angry." And I said, "Don't bother me. The camera's rolling, you know. Shh, 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 you know, it's, you know."
Right.
And he said, "Seriously, he's got a gun on you." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "It's pointed right at you." And I turned around, and the gun
nozzle.
was like right at my ear. It was an old-fashioned gun that you haven't seen since the 1930s movies with Jimmy Cagney. Do you remember the 45 caliber with the drum Tommy gun? It was that old.
Oh my God.
And I turned around and I looked, and there was a West Bengal police guy. He had the Tommy gun pointed at me. You know, the camera's still rolling. And I said, "Wow, isn't that a 45 caliber blowback drum-fed automatic machine gun?"
That's what you said?
Yeah. And he said, "Please not to photograph our airport."
But that was the airport?
Evidently, I didn't know that.
Oh.
And he said, and I said, "What do you mean? This is your airport?" And he said, "This is our airport." And I said, "Well, those vultures, is that your Air Force?" And he pulled back the hammer on the gun and said, "Follow me."
Oh my God.
So we got arrested, and they rounded up the whole crew, and they put us in this horrible jail, which was about the size of your bedroom,
Wow.
and we're like 5-6 people, full of mosquitoes. And if you had to go to the bathroom, you had to go outside. And because we were these American criminals, there were thousands of people around. So it was hard to go to the bathroom with 5,000 people watching you, you know. And we were there for about 2 days. And then we got this letter from Indira Gandhi that said, "You're out." And
Indira Gandhi threw you out.
she threw us out.
Oh
She didn't. She knew the Indians were going to come in, and she didn't want any witnesses from America. They thought the propaganda might not be right, whatever it was, whatever reasons were. So I got thrown out. So I never got that footage. So in the film, the footage is newsreel footage going into Dhaka, and I could never shoot at night because when I would go out on patrols with the Mukta Bahini at night, you know, you could see the muzzle flashes and machine guns. But I needed lights,
Right.
and I couldn't turn on a light. I would have been dead.
Yeah,
So I had my camera, but I couldn't do it. So Ashok reproduced that with Tariq,
That
and they showed a raid, and you know,
what month it is?
I can't remember. It's too long ago.
October or September?
Could have been, yeah, could have been. It's too long ago. I can't remember.
Because
But
in India, still they have a restriction to taking any photograph on a public place, like an airport or a breeze or some government building. Still they
Really?
yeah.
I had no idea.
Still not in this type they were, but still also last year when I went to Calcutta taking pictures on the
Cell phone.
no cell phone with the Howrah Bridge, and suddenly police car stop. I take Munir
Right,
Islam.
right.
We were into some art camp. So you take in the morning, so take a picture. So people say, don't take the picture. Though they saw there is an embassy protocol guy with us. So they said, no, they are not taking a picture. They are taking a picture of himself behind the river. So this is they are very crazy about.
I don't know what the reason for it.
They thought
This bridge is 200 years old.
border site. So the group, the playing music,
Yeah, right.
I know few of them, like one younger than me. There's Shopon Choudhury, the
Yeah,
artist,
sure, the great
and
artist.
the Lubna,
Yeah.
and the Lubna sister
And
also.
Shamin.
Yeah. So and then another Hindu boy who making the tabla.
Yeah, right.
So I know them,
Baipur.
and I also listen the music and the camp when you don't have beard that time.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
So,
No?
yeah. So.
I had a little bit.
It crossing I think two times. Two
Uh-huh.
times I'm searching all the camps, and then truck went there with a banner in the top,
Yeah, sure.
and then music.
Wow.
Yeah, that's funny coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I knew that I was going to go over, I immediately started doing a lot of exercise because I figured, I'm just going to be walking and carrying all this
Right,
equipment and
right.
stuff like that. So I used to run around the park every day, 5 miles.
Wow.
So when I got there, I never felt better in my life.
You had any malaria or anything got you? No.
Well, we didn't get sick.
No.
One of the people in the crew got very sick,
Yeah.
but we just parked her in the hospital.
Okay.
I never got sick.
So that time,
there
there's
wasn't much
two
to
major
eat.
diseases. One was malaria, other one was cholera.
Uh-huh.
Because there's so many people crammed into the camps and all that.
We got our shots for that, but I didn't eat much. I mean, we found these big tins of cream cookies that were left over from the British occupation.
It was still good?
Yeah, well, I mean, we were hungry, and there were these big tins, and we lived on them. Just that and beer,
Wow.
And if the beer bottle, the cap wasn't loose, if it was, we'd drink the beer and eat the cookies, and that's how I lived. So.
Wow.
But it was fine. I have no complaints about that.
Sure. It's a war zone. I mean,
Well, when you're around 12 million people that are half starved and half dressed,
exactly.
you can't worry about your own stomach.
No.
That couldn't quite be right.
Total of how many months you were in Bangladesh? 2 months.
I would have been longer. I mean, I really wanted to ride the first truck into Dhaka with the soldiers, maybe get on the first tank.
So when did you leave Dhaka? After the liberation, before liberation?
Before I was thrown out.
You were thrown out by the...
Didn't I tell you that story?
No.
My wife is so bored by this story.
Yeah.